Hi everybody, I'm Nate Eaton, and here in our studio today is Elizabeth Roundy. She is the mother of two teenagers who are currently missing. An Amber Alert has been issued in connection to their disappearance. We have 13-year-old Allen Fischer and 15-year-old Rachelle Fischer. Elizabeth, I imagine it's been a chaotic 48 hours for you.
Yes, very emotional, very busy.
Right.
Very.
So take me back to Sunday night. What happened?
Well, Sunday evening, I usually go to a family Bible class, and I was going to go to this Bible class, and my children asked if they could go down to Roundy's shop. It's usually lasts about 45 minutes. They wanted to go down there and get on the internet because we haven't been having ours on at our house. They wanted to get on the internet so they could watch videos while I went to this class. And I allowed them to do it. I know it wasn't very smart of me, but they went down. I let them go down there, and when I come back to get them, they were coming. Somebody come by this shop and hauled off with them.
Within 45 minutes of you being away.
I actually ended up having to stay over and do some stuff at the farm a little longer. I was gone for approximately 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes.
And that was between 6 and 8?
Yes.
So somehow someone knew that you weren't there.
Yes.
How do you think that happened? I mean, do you think that they
I
were watching you?
I believe they could have been watching, and it's kind of my guess that they were lingering around in the neighborhood somewhere, waiting for a chance to grab the children, because I've seen their vehicles driving past my place, up and down the roads by my place, even past the shop they got taken at. Just barely on Friday, I passed the gray silver or the sedan car that they put out on the Amber Alert with Utah license plates going when I was driving from my house just down the road, just about 2.5 miles or something down the road from my place. I passed it right there on the dirt roads, going the opposite direction, going towards my house.
When you say they have been watching, who's the they?
It's mostly been their older siblings, I believe, and possibly other FLDS family members that are partially related, like Nephi's first wife has family that kind of lives down around the same area their older siblings live in, and some of them have been involved in the past and coming out there and stuff.
Nephi's your ex-husband,
Crazy.
the father of the children.
Yes.
And you had a daughter, Elintra, we've talked with since 2023, who,
Yes.
similar circumstance in a way, she vanished on New Year's Day.
Yes.
She's now 18.
Yes.
So even if she can't, legally you can't, have her come back.
Yeah.
But have you heard how she's doing? And do you think she was involved?
Yes, I believe she is in the middle of it. I have not heard how she's doing. I haven't heard from her at all. It's just very sad to my heart, but just praying for her.
Hmm.
But I believe that her father's involved, but I believe the older siblings are involved. And like I said, there's other family members, friends that also could be involved.
So why do they want your kids? What's the purpose?
Well, I believe that it's the reason they're trying to keep them from me, first of all, is because they believe I'm an apostate, and the FLDS religion teaches strongly against having any contact with anybody they think is apostate. But the other reason is their father is determined to keep them in the church, in the FLDS Church, if you can even call it that. He's a very stubborn man, and he's not happy that I was given full custody of them still. And he's been trying to get them away from me ever since I was given full custody of them. So it's just been a long battle for about 5 years.
And for those people that might be watching for the first time, I interviewed Elizabeth back 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now, where she shared her story, bravely shared her story about being exiled from the FLDS, moving to Nebraska with your son, because he was exiled too, and then coming to Idaho and rebuilding your life and fighting for custody of those kids, which, as she mentioned, full custody granted by the courts. Were you at all concerned over the past few months and years that this could happen? And did you have to take steps to try and prevent it?
Yes, the whole time. The whole time I've had my children, they just won't leave us alone. And they've been driving past. It's almost like they're stalking us, driving past our house. I see them come by quite regularly. One night about probably 5 or 6 months ago, my family does a Sunday dinner where we all get together and eat, and we take turns with the meals. And I was on with Sunday meal, and I'd been really busy, so I stayed up really late trying to prepare this meal. And then I decided to take it over to the farm where I was going to be needed the next day, It's about a 5-mile drive, and so it'd be in the fridge there ready for us. And so it's in the middle, it's like 2 a.m. And I went out to my car and I loaded this stuff in and climbed in my car and started my car. And I didn't see anything around, any lights, anything. And then, because we're out there in the country,
right,
surrounded by, fields basically.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I looked up in my rear view mirror and I could see these headlights on the one side of my house shining. It was like they just appeared out of nowhere. They thought I was driving away, I think, and then they decided to turn their headlights back on or something. I don't know. I think they were just waiting somewhere in the area. I don't know what they were doing. And they probably were waiting for me to go to bed.
Right.
I guess, but
you kept a pretty close eye on your kids.
yes. And so my children were, in bed, of course. And I made sure the house was locked, but then I decided I better see what these guys are up to. So I took my car and I started driving out on the road to go. And then I stopped and I just waited because they started driving really slow the opposite direction around the other side of my house. And I just stopped and was watching them to see what they were going to do. And they just really slow drove down, mile blocks there, drove down to the next corner and slowly drove down to the next corner and then circled around and come back up to the road where they were going to come back around, full circle around my house. And I just sat on the road and waited and turned my car off and my lights off and everything, waiting for them. And when they got back around, I was kind of at the end of the road where they were coming by. Right before they got to the road, I just flipped my lights back on to let them know I was there. And they just drove on past, and I sat and followed them around MONTEVIEW for about 15 minutes. They just taken me on a big goose hunt.
Wow.
And yeah, it's like they've been stalking me, and it's creepy actually, but it's family that I love, and it's so heartbreaking to think that they want to cause trouble for me, I felt like the whole time they've just been waiting for this opportunity to grab my children and go hide them. So
do you think they are in hiding now?
Yes, definitely wherever they're at, they're in hiding already, but I won't be surprised if they're possibly close by and they're waiting until things settle down. They hope things settle down a little and then they'll maybe take them somewhere.
So you think they might still be in eastern Idaho right now with plans to move them?
I don't know, but it's definitely something that a feeling I've kind of had that they might be in the area still.
Mm-hmm.
We've had all kinds of reports and calls since the Amber Alert went out, which I'm so thankful for people and their efforts. Yeah, I don't know where they're at, but the police have told me they've been searching and looking into almost every call they've had come in. So,
One of the concerning things that came out right before the Amber Alert was these documents showing the revelations that Warren Jeffs gave. It's been a few years now, but in there's some concerning words about children needing to die to be pure. I mean, were you aware that he had said these? Warren Jeffs, of course, is in prison, but it sounds like he still has a hold on the membership of the group.
Yes, there's still, I believe, I've been told anyway, I haven't been down there or part of any of it for so long, but I have a friend that has connections down there, and she's told me a few things. It sounds like his son Helaman Jeffs has taken over to lead the people, and sounds like he's got a pretty good following that think they're following Warren Jeffs still. Like I believe he's still behind it, telling him what to do.
Warren tells Helaman.
Yes, and I have reason to believe that the children's father, Nephi, is involved in all that. I've been told that he's been being used as a naturopathic doctor to help a lot of people in the group. So I definitely believe that they're tangled up in all of that, and it's a very, very scary and very big concern to me. Yes.
Right. I mean, these revelations that came out 2022, I believe 2023, something like that, about gathering up the children and so that they can die. I mean, are you worried that your children could be in danger?
Yes. Yes, because things that back when I was a part of it, things they were telling us to do are so erratic and just manipulative that you just never know what they're going to do, you know. It's definitely a concern.
Mm-hmm. Well, what can the public do? I mean, here's the photos of them. We'll put them on the screen. What's your message to the public should they see your children?
Please call the police and help us get them home. I'm very concerned about their well-being, and of course I'm missing them very bad. Heartbroken they're gone.
I mean, you guys were even all sleeping in the same room.
Yes, for probably 2 years since Ellie ran away. Alan's been sleeping in my room with me on the couch in my room, and Shelley's been sleeping in there for a few months now on my bed with me. So
is that more so you could keep an eye on them?
Oh, they did it on their own. They come and slept in there because they wanted to. I didn't. I've tried quite a bit to get Rachelle. I'm in the past she's told me that she's had nightmares and stuff like that, and I've said, Rachelle, you're always welcome to get up and come in here, and I'll help you in the night if you're having a hard time, or just come sleep with me. I have this big bed. I said, it's not a big deal, you know. You can sleep on the other side of my bed, and it's not a big deal. And she always refused to till a few months ago, and then by herself she just come and started sleeping in my room with us. So we've all been in there for the last few months, and they've been coming with me to work. They've been with me almost 24/7. And yes, it is because I've been concerned about this happening. I've been keeping them with me right under my nose almost all the time. And I'm kicking myself, of course, for letting them go like I did, and for taking as long as I did. It's just, yeah.
So was that the longest period of time that you've been away from them, that 2 hours?
Yes, we barely got back from a trip to Silverwood Park up in northern Idaho. It's a big recreational water park, and they had a really good time. That was last week. So there's times they were with family members, like my sisters, you know, other adults. But yeah, just for being separated from them, that's the first time that for several weeks that I've even let them out of my sight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Well, I hope that somehow they can see this, or someone can see this, that can help get your kids back to you. Legally, you know, they can't be elsewhere. They need to be with you.
Yes, legal. I have full legal custody of them. So legal, physical, and just, I can't remember the other word, but yeah, I have legal custody of them. So
All right. Well, again, these are the pictures of Allen and Rachelle, and hopefully there can be some answers. Is there anything that you want to add, Elizabeth?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everybody that cares and that's made an effort to call or will in the future. And it's been huge how many people have already reached out. And I'm just so thankful for so many good people in the world that care and that want to help. There's a wonderful organization called the Road Warriors for Missing Children from Utah. And they have been so awesome, so kind and so awesome to jump right on this and to try and help. And I'm just so grateful for everything they're doing too. They're just wonderful people.
Right. And you're completely you don't have anything to do with the FLDS anymore.
No.
Is their membership still going strong? Have you heard?
I just hear rumors from mostly my friend that still lives in Utah. They're, as far as I can tell, it sounds like they still have a pretty good following. But I believe that there's kind of a separation by what I've heard, where some people are kind of following one person and other people are kind of following another person, and they all think they're still believing in Warren Jeffson doing what he wants them to. So I think there's somewhat of a separation that way, but yeah, it sounds like there's a pretty good group that are choosing to follow Helaman Jeffs, who is Warren Jeff's son. Mm-hmm. So scary business. Right. I've heard some really terrible things that have happened since he's taken over. It's pretty scary stuff. Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth, thank you. Our best to you, and hope that these children are found and that you're reunited with them.
Thank you so much. I sure appreciate you taking time to help me get this out there.
Sure. Alrighty, there's more information. If you see these children, you can call law enforcement 911 or the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I'm Nate Eaton. Thank you for watching.